He pitched 16 wins in 2017, held the title of the league's best pitcher, and even last season, despite limited starts, delivered a rock-solid 2.51 ERA. Yet, as the new year begins, now Higashihama, the former Sawamura Award contender and veteran of 76 career victories, finds himself in the most shocking and isolated position of his career, an FA declaration with 0 serious suitors, an expensive diamond too complicated and costly to pick up.
Welcome back to the high-stakes negotiating table drama here at 601 Daily News, where we dissect the brutal economics and the harsh reality of the compensation clause that are currently holding one of Japanese baseball's most respected veterans hostage. The emergency situation surrounding Higashihama is twofold. Fundamentally, he is a B-rank free agent, commanding a hefty estimated salary of 150 million JPY, meaning any acquiring team must sacrifice a compensation player or a significant amount of cash, a barrier that in this economy acts as an invisible, impenetrable wall.
We are talking about a 36-year-old pitcher who, while stable and reliable, is no longer pitching 150 innings a year, forcing teams to calculate the terrifying cost-benefit ratio. We need to hear from our internal expert, Mr. Pitching, who notes the brutal reality of the market. Higashihama is undeniably a talented pitcher and a great clubhouse guy, but he's facing the B-rank barrier at precisely the wrong moment. For 150 million JPY plus compensating a player or offering 40% of his salary, why would a team like the Giants, who needed immediate rotation help, risk that expense? The Giants chose instead to acquire younger, high-ceiling foreign arms like Brian Keller and Spencer Howard for what is likely a similar total financial outlay, but without the headache of the compensation requirements. The numbers simply don't favor the 36-year-old veteran package, no matter how many rings he possesses. This perfectly illustrates the central conflict. Higashihama's value on the field, proven by his stability last season, is completely undercut by his financial classification. The passionate fanbase often counters this cold financial logic with an appeal to performance. They argue he still has fuel in the tank, that 2.51 ERA and limited starts proves he's ready to step into a vacant slot, especially since Arihara has departed from the fighters, leaving a hole that someone like Higashiyama could easily fill. This perspective, while emotionally resonant, is where Higashiyama's gamble truly went sour. While his 4 wins and 2 losses over 7 starts look impressive, he only threw 43 innings. The FA market isn't looking for a spot starter at 150 million JPY. They are looking for reliable anchors. Teams needing an ace, like Seibu, who recently focused on retaining Kona Takahashi, or Rakuten, are prioritizing cost-effective options or younger talent they can control long-term. No desperate team has materialized because they simply cannot justify the luxury tax associated with the compensation clause for a pitcher whose full durability remains a question mark. This lack of movement means that Higashihama's initial ambition to find a team where he could assert himself as a guaranteed top 3 starter, demonstrating that he was more than just a component in the SoftBank super rotation, has completely backfired. His FA declaration, intended as a powerful statement of self-worth and leverage, has instead become a dramatic isolation booth. The climax of this situation is the brutal truth. His reading of the market was completely off. If he was truly intent on finding a new home where he could pitch without the shadow of the Hawks, the consensus among league insiders is that he should have foregone the high salary protection and requested a voluntary retirement, making him a Jiyu Keiyaku player, available without compensation. But that choice would have meant accepting the massive salary loss up front. He gambled on retaining the 150 million JPY price tag while securing a new team, and now he's lost both the leverage and the destination. The ultimate choice facing Higashihama is now horrifyingly binary, forcing him to confront the potential plot twist of returning to the nest he tried to leave. Option 1. He can hold out, hoping an injury or a sudden desperate team emerges, but risking having to seek employment via the non-roster route later in the season. Option 2, the most realistic path, he accepts the reported readiness of SoftBank to welcome him back, but only under the condition of a massive, career-defining salary reduction.
This shift transforms his situation from a highly anticipated free agency move into a stark negotiation for retention at a dramatically reduced rate, perhaps even cutting his salary in half to reflect his current role and inning count. As one pundit summarized the predicament, Higashihama thought he could leverage his 2017 glory and his stability. Instead, he has painted himself into a corner. He must now choose between finding a lesser team as a free agent later or taking the ultimate humbling act, accepting the pay cut, swallowing his pride, and fighting for his spot back in the Hawks rotation where he's guaranteed a chance. This is the tragic economic reality of B-rank FA status, where past achievements mean nothing when stacked against the present cost of acquisition. It leaves us to wonder, will Higashihama ultimately sign a massive downturn deal? Or will he make the unprecedented leap into the non-roster uncertainty? If you found this deep dive into the harsh economics of FA baseball compelling, please remember to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe to 601 Daily News for continuous, in-depth analysis. What do you think Higashihama's final choice will be, and which team do you believe should have paid the B-rank compensation? Let us know in the comments below.